is Caroline, and welcome to my Stitch Corner, my little corner of the internet where I talk all about cross stitch and sewing and knitting and all the other crafty things I get up to. Today is a regular Flosstube again after my retreat vlog last time. So today we will doing we will be doing all the regular things, starting from finishes to whips, new starts, plans, yeah, all the fun stuff. So I hope you enjoy and let's get started. First, I want to show you two finishes that I managed to make in the last, what was it, 3 weeks? Yeah, the first one being this one. This is Seaside Tiny Town by Heart in Hand. I am stitching all of the tiny downs, or almost all of them, and I'm doing them on 28 count even weave in Cappuccino by Fiber on a Whim, 2/2 with CXC threads. And for this one, I actually did a little bit of a color conversion because the original was just a little bit too soft for me and I wanted the colors just brighter and deeper, but I kept the same color family. I started this on the beginning of summer, June 21st, and I finished it July 23rd. I'll come a little closer. It's so cute. I love this. I really, really like how especially Seaside turned out. The next one, I have all of my tiny towns in this portfolio I made. And so that's the pattern of Seaside. And the pattern is a little bit lighter anyways, or the cover picture, but I even amped it up a little bit more even so. Yeah, super happy with that one, and on to the next one. The next one will be Honey of a Tiny Town. This. But we will talk all about plans later. Because first, I want to show you another finish I had. Let me get that out of the way. I finished a very special piece, and if you watch the retreat vlog, you already know what I'm talking about. I finished Leave Me Alone. This is a pattern by the Witchy Stitcher, and it was her, I think, May Patreon chart, so you cannot get this at the moment, but I'm sure she will release it at some point because this was very popular. There was a sale going, or there is still a sale, called Leave Me Alone sale, hosted by Erin from Cozy Town Stitches and Elizabeth Savory Sewing, and also Alex Select Stitches did this. She finished it too. Yeah, I stitched this on 40 count Verdal in the color Old Mushroom dyed by XGU Designs. 1/2 with basically the called for colors. The dark brown is a similar one, but yeah, you can tell. And yeah, this is special because I finished this at the big stitch and I got to ring the bell for this. It was, if you want to see how excited I was, go and watch my last video if you haven't. Yeah, I basically only had that little bit of banner left because I have to say, stitching on 40 count Verdal is hard as it is, and stitching on that bad at the retreat, I don't recommend. Yeah. I started this May 13th and finished it July 27th. And just like that, we're on to new starts. I'm still figuring out my new setup a little bit, so if there are any changes in sound or lighting or angle throughout this video, I won't apologize for it, but That's why, yeah, I have a new mic here, and I'm hoping that I don't want to sound like I'm shouting at you, but also I want you to hear me good. So that's that. But back onto stitching. That's what you're here for, right? So the first new start I want to show you was an impromptu new start on July 20th. It was the weekend of Midsummer Stitch, and somehow I craved a new start. So I looked through my stuff and decided to start Summer Tier by Madame Chantilly. It's also called Summer Celebrations. And I kitted it up with, is it CXC thread? Yeah, I believe so. Yeah, it's CXC. Those are all of the wonderful summery colors. And I'm doing a tiny tier because I chose 25 count light top even weave 1/1 full cross, and that's what I got in. I think this was the one evening of stitching. Look, they're pretty. I love sunflowers. We will come to that later, and I think I might have mentioned it here or there. I just, and the thing is, this just fits perfectly width-wise on that scrap I have here. So yeah, really, really happy with this. I don't know if I will have any time this month to get it back out. Now that I see it, I want to. So great on that fabric too. So yeah, that was the first new start. The next was on July 24th, and this was my new start. As always, where do I put things? This was my new start for hashtag Christmas House Sal that I'm hosting with my friend Alex from Salax Stitches. And I had a little think of which house I wanted to do, and finally decided to start Percy Penguin by Quaint Rose Needlearts. He's so handsome, and I had most of the colors in stash or very similar ones. The only thing I don't really have is a nice black I want to use for the penguin itself, but I have one now from Cottage Garden I could use. It will take a while until I get to Percy anyway. I don't even have my threads on the ring. Oopsie. I am doing this on 40 count Vintage Country Mocha by Swigart. And unusually for me, I started in the bottom right, which I usually don't do, but I wanted to get straight to the house. And I had just a tiny progress. I stitched on this a little bit for an evening, and the next morning, yeah, it's great. I love it already. So my colors are a little bit of a mess. Yeah, as the house, so the brick of the house is actually the called for, which is Classic Color Rick's barn door. The white is something I subbed in, but all very similar to the called for. Yeah, this will probably stay in my whip basket for a few months now, because now that Jolly July is over, there are other things I want to stitch on, but I love him and I will take him back out later in the year. And then I had one more new start, also in July actually. This was my start at Big Stitch. Oops. And I am stitching Matter's Choice by Carriage House Samplings. I saw this first on the back wall of the videos that Caroline and Carrie from Evertoad do. This chart is behind them. and I loved it so much that I took a screenshot and just snipped out the chart and did a Google image search to get it, pre-ordered it, and got to pick it up at Big Stitch. And yeah, so I wanted to start something there, and I did. And I have a line. Yeah, exciting, right? So this is, the fabric is 36 count linen by Coffee Craft Fabrics. Megan was there as a vendor. This is what the fabric looks like. And yeah, I made 67 stitches into this. I am using a dark brown Orifil thread. This one. I don't even know the color name. I think it's 1130. I'm not sure. So I like this, but this is 36 count, as I said, and this is thinner than DMC. So I'm not 100% sure if I'm happy with the coverage yet. So I threw a sulky into that bag to maybe try it next to that line, to the line that goes vertically. Great. And then see which one I like better. And yeah, I would have to frog 67 stitches, which is not too bad. No immediate need to stitch on that. I love it. I really like it. But also, I kind of just wanted a retreat start. And all the other things I had with me were just too overwhelming. But yeah, more on that if you watch the other video. Yeah, and that's it with new starts. So far in August, no new starts yet, but there is one coming up tomorrow. I have a massive amount of whips though, so next up, whips. I will start with my Jolly July, Christmas in July whips because that's how long I haven't filmed. The first one I want to show you was a restart. I'm not sure if I showed this to you as a start in my last video or not, but yeah, now it's a whip. It's a restart of the Days of Christmas by Hello from Liz Matthews. Originally, I wanted to do each of them separately on 36 count, but I started 2 over 2 and didn't like it that much, and then saw someone doing all of them on one piece and fell in love. And I'm doing them also tiny now on 25 count. And that is my progress. I started this time in the middle on the second day because I have the first day already done and I didn't want to repeat it right after. This is a 25 count even weave fabric, an opalescent, and I lightly overdyed it with some light beige and grays so that it's just, I don't know if you can, yeah, that shows it quite well. And that is basically the whole size of a day, which is so cute on 25 count. I'm doing DMC, the DMC conversion that's provided, but I decided to change the border. It's originally black, I think, and I didn't like the black, so that is a dark green overdyed. And for all the other black spots on there, for example, the beak or the roof of the little house down there, I am, yeah, just deciding what fits better, if I'm doing the black or some other color. And the way I'm doing this, I have all the flosses for the first 5 days, I think, on this ring, a massive ring. And I'm doing the cold for that day, but if I feel like I want a little something else, or just, for example, the snowflakies were also charted in black, and I just used the blue that will come up later in a later day, basically. And the overdyed for the border is Classic Colorworks Eringo Emerald. And that's my progress on that one, I guess. I'm so much happier with it now that it is on that fabric. I love how the dye came out and excited to get back to this, maybe even before Christmas. Who knows? Next up in my Christmas whip stitching, I wanted to touch all of my Christmas whips. Is in this project bag, and in here lives Cottage Garden Christmas Parade. I am stitching this on a 32 count even weave in Vintage Grey by Zweigart. And as you can see, I'm working on Big Belly Santa, so let's keep that folded. I didn't work that much on him. I finished up the little stars and the outline here. I think the booty and this, and started filling in. I had first thought about maybe stitching on that while midsummer stitch, but then didn't get around to, so he only got a little bit of progress, but better a little bit than nothing, right? Oops. One more Christmas whip is Woodland Cheer by Dimensions Gold Petite. Yeah, it's a Dimensions kit, one of the small ones. And this one is that far. So the original fabric was beige Ada, and you did a ton of French knot on that. And so I changed that to 32 count linen with those printed on dots. And what I did this time basically is I had all the green in the background, and I filled in the little birdies and started the reindeer with the antlers, those birds. No backstitch yet, so that's missing. And yeah, but it's going quite quickly so far, so good. And I already showed you my start of Percy penguins, so that's it for Christmas. You made it. Let's head straight into summer. Last time I asked my friend Alex from Select Stitches to pick a whip of the weeks, and this time it was really of the weeks because it's been a while. And she picked Summer Quaker by Lila Studio. And I stitched on that for a few days in July, and then again August 1st and 2nd, because August 1st was its birthday. I started this last year for the hashtag Live in the Sunshine Sal, hosted by Higa Stitcher. And that's my progress on a very wrinkly fabric. Yeah, so I have the bottom border and the left border done, as you can see, and I started, whoops, that was my light, a little bit in on that cloud. I think I made this whole motif onwards to that side. Yeah, added the letters and the cloud. This is stitched on 36 count raw natural linen by Zweigart, 2/2 with the call for DMC colors. It's gorgeous. I stitched on this when I was at my parents' house in July, and my mom said, "Oh, that's stunning. Can I have that one?" It's stunning. Now I think you'll get something else, but not this one. Yeah, so pretty. I love it. And I'm definitely planning on doing the autumn Quaker one. And if you haven't seen yet, check out the Instagram of Lila Studio because she posted an alternative quote for that because I don't a lot of people, me included, didn't like the original one. And so she charted another one and I like that and I'm going to use that one. It saves me charting that. So amazing. Cannot wait. Next. Next up is a whip that gave me, you got a peek there, gave me a little bit of a headache. So this is my 2024 stitch along from Modern Folk Embroidery. No time like the present. I brought this with me to the Big Stitch retreat in Rotherham. And because I wanted to show it to Jacob himself, who was there, and I thought it's the perfect travel vacation piece. It's easy to stitch. So yeah, I left my whole July section to there, and I also already had a little bit of concerns about that. And they were true. So I mean, it's just stitching, but first I managed to get in a picture with Jacob. Amazing. So excited. And yeah, the thing is, yes, I stitched more than I had thought at the retreat, but not that much. And then I got sick. So I had to finish this up at the end of August. And then it felt like a chore because I didn't want to be behind. Yeah, it was a whole thing. So I needed a few days break. So, but I think now I'm ready to get back to August section stitching, and only 3 more months left, and this will be done. I'm so excited. So yeah, let me finally show you. This is my progress. This is stitched on 32 count Lucan by Swigert, 2/2, with DMC 838 and 840. It's gorgeous. And actually, there was at the Big Stitch there was a framer there. And I think the lady who owns that framing shop stitched that, framed it, and mounted an actual clock mechanism into here. So it's a clock. It's stunning. I'm thinking about doing that, but I'm not sure. Yeah. Love this piece. It feels like a chore, or it felt like a chore, because I stitched so much on it on a short period of time, and I felt like I had to do that. But all in all, still very happy with this. At the Big Stitch retreat, I also stitched a little bit on Spring Quaker by Lila Studio because first Sally, Flossy Sews and Grows, was there with me, and she also brought Spring Quaker to work a little bit on her basket. And we both did, and we said we have to go take a picture together. Yeah, we forgot. But I worked a little bit on my basket. This is what I have so far. This is stitched on 36 count linen that I dyed myself. The basket in the middle is stitched with the cold for DMC. And the motifs I'm going to change to overdyed greens, and the letters I changed from brown to that light color. Yeah, and I actually only did like a little bit of that golden baskety fill in. So that's that one. Just a little bit of work on this, which is fine. Was some good retreat stitching during a talk, just fill in, don't have to think about it too much. Easy peasy. Then I was home and took out the next stitch along. I had neglected a little bit. I had some catch up to do. It is the Forest Fairy Tale Sal by Quaternion Creations. The new part of this actually came out yesterday, so again, I'm behind. No, I'm not, but yeah. So the clue that came out was Snow White, and this is called Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs in English. In German, it's Schneewittchen und die Sieben Zwerge. And this is my piece. That's half of it again. So that's the whole thing. This is stitched on 36 count linen in the color Kiwi by Extra U Designs. And I'm doing it with sulky thread, 1/2. The main color is like a dark olivey green with some brighter greens like in that tree and some red popped in. I love this. It stitches up pretty quickly, even though I have to say, after the seventh dwarf, I had enough of stitching dwarfs. But other than that, very lovely piece, and it's a joy to stitch on this one. Then it had been August by that time, and I thought, what would I want to stitch on? And actually got back out my little Tuscany mandala by Chatelaine. I hadn't touched this since February, March, and I wanted to give this some more love because I started this last year for my birthday, and it's very close to being done. I mean, there's still a lot of work to go into that one, but yeah, I might be able to finish this maybe this year if I keep up. So my piece is this is the progress. I keep this in that Q-snap because it's the perfect size because it's a mini, and so the whole piece I think ends like here. That's it. What I did this time is I added the roof of that house, those 3 bits here, down here, this little bit, and had whole border. This is stitched on the 32 count even weave, again in the color Terracotta by Zweigart. And with the called for thread, so 2/2 for the regular cross stitch, all the specialty stitches if I manage to do them correctly, and almost all called for specialty threads. There might be, I think the dark green is a substitution to DMC because I wasn't able to get that, but yeah, it's stunning. I really like that I got this back out again, and my plan is to work on this again for Shadowlane Wednesdays. So yesterday was a Wednesday. I only did like the upper border of that water lily, but still, progress is progress. And I have one more whip to show you. I sent a list to my friend Alex, who picks my whip of the weeks, and I sent her 4 projects that were close-ish to finish, and asked, which one do you think I should finish? And of course, she picked the one that had the most stitches left. But I did the calculations, and if I do like about 200 stitches a day, I will be able to finish this by the end of August. And it's just a stunning piece, so I'm really happy she picked that one, and you got a peek already. I'm talking about Scissor Sampler by Italian Emblem. That's the original pattern cover for it. I'm doing it with all the called for DMC, and I think they're like, I don't know, 5 over darts. I didn't think it needed it, so I just went with DMC for those as well. There are a ton of DMC in there. I don't have them with me right now. And that's my progress. It's great. So yeah, you will hopefully see this again very soon as a finish. Right now I'm stitching in that birdie up here. And yes, I stitched that E1 or like 2 stitches lower than it's supposed to be, but I don't care. I will leave it in. Oh, fabric. This is 32 count linen by Nicolas Flamel Design. It doesn't have a name. It's like a light, yeah, it's quite true, light dusty pink. and it's from the Little Sampler collection, so it doesn't have an individual name. And actually, that's it with my whips. I mean, I just saw I talked for more than 20 minutes about whips. I will have to edit that down, but yeah. I thought it was only 5 minutes. No, it wasn't. Oops. Okay. Well, let's head right on over to plans. Today is Thursday, August 8th. And tomorrow, August 9th, is the birthday of my friend Ruth. She is on Instagram as at countrygirl854. So I won't be, yeah, so that by the time you will see this, Ruth, happy birthday. I hope you have or had, depending on what you see when you see this, a wonderful day with all the things you like to do at your birthday. And yeah, for Ruth's birthday, we are doing hashtag birthday bird for Ruth. Sal. It's a mouthful, but yeah. So Ruth wants us to stitch any bird in her honor, and I thought long and hard on what bird to stitch. There are so many stunning bird patterns out there. I decided to do a smaller one because I really want to work on this. And yeah, so this might look like a whip, but it's kind of not. These are the seasonal etchings by Heart in Hand, and this is Spring Hair, and I don't remember what that one's called, but it's the summery one. And the autumn one are two owls, and the winter one is a cardinal. So both are birds. So I thought, well, I'll just keep going with the autumn one for now. I'm stitching this, as you may be able to see, on a band. Whoops, wrong way. Like this. There's the finished edge of the band, and from the top down, obviously. This is just a no-name linen band, and it's approximately a 28 count. I'm using the brown is the called for overdyed classic colorworks sticks and twigs, and the other colors are just similar overdyed variegated colors from Stash. So for Ruth's birthday bird, which will at first be essentially the owls. Pronunciation again. I love they're looking a little bit. Whoop, what's happening? So I'm doing sticks and twigs, as I said, and then for the accents, I will be doing Weeks Dye Works Amber and Classic Color Works almost auburn. So for the almost auburn for the owl and the amber for the what is it, leaves. Yeah. So this will be started tomorrow, and I'm excited because they always go quite quickly. It's a large count. It's not too many color changes. So, yeah, excited to work on this a little bit more. And I don't have any space on my floor anymore, so I will just leave it here. And then there's one more birthday star that is planned for August. Do you want to know whose? Mine. Oh, yeah. I need to sort this. My birthday is August 26th, and it's not sorted yet. There's still time. So we decided, it started with Alex and me again, and then a few others joined in, and we're doing cinnamon stars for my birthday. There is no hashtag yet. I'm just remembering. So yeah, I will post it on my Instagram too, and it will be at the calendar anyway. So yeah, that's that. I had at first hoped to do a conversion for this to Roxy Flosstube, but it didn't work out. So I just ordered basically all of the called for, except one that I wasn't able to get. I will find a substitution. And yeah, so it's class. Is it class? Yeah, no, it's mainly gentle art with a little bit of rigs thrown in. So these are all the called for overlays. I will show them to you. Like that, that's not too bad. Yeah. Wonderful brownie autumny colors. There are sunflowers on the pattern. What could be better? Stitching it with friends. I'm very blessed. And the linen I'm stitching it on is also very special. I ordered from a British shop some flosses, these for example, and also just some linens I can't really get here very easily. And this one is Creme Brulee by R&R Reproductions. It's a fat 8 and it just so happens to be the perfect size for cinnamon stars and also the perfect color. It's a yeah, buttery yellow vanilla color. And look at that. It's just it's made for it. It just yeah. I cannot wait to start this on my birthday, but I'll have a little bit of sorting to do first. So those are planned for sure starts for August. Also, this needs a better project bag, right? Because I cannot have my birthday start in. I will sort this out. I have one more new start I might be doing, but so the thing is, I really want to start this. I really, really do. But also, I feel a little bit overwhelmed with all my whips at the moment. And also, I have so many new starts coming up in September. I'm already a little bit freaked. So I'm not sure, but also, it's fully kitted. And does it really matter? I don't know. Let me know what you think. Let me show you. The pattern I'm talking about is this one. A Little Bit of Spring by Blackbird Designs. I was in a stitchy room at Midsummer Stitch, and I know that Abby Topknot Stitcher was in there, and Stephanie New England Stitcher, and Kim from, and I'm blanking on your Flosstube name. I'm so sorry. I will put it here. Sorry. Yeah, I cannot think of it at the moment. I'm so sorry. So I got this and received it at the Big Stitch because I pre-ordered it, and it's so lovely. And that house and the alphabet, amazing. And I saw this, and I like it as it is. Don't get me wrong, but I saw this, and then I knew I need to make a blue house. I need to make a conversion for this and stitch it in more like bluey lilac-y tones. I don't know why. It said it to me. It said, stitch me in blue. So this week I sat down and did a conversion. It's my first complete conversion, changed all the colors to other overdyes. Nothing stayed the same. These are classic colorworks with 1 weeks and 1 gentle arts, I think. Look at them. Aren't those just... Oh. I have a mock-up of it, but the mock-up is not really good because it doesn't show the variegation, obviously. I will try to put it here, but as I said, I'm not a genius with mock-ups. I think this will work out very well. What do you think? So, and then I was looking for fabrics, and I knew that I wanted to stitch it on like a 40 count. And I knew that I wanted something cool though, cool toned, and I didn't have anything. But I had some Ritz dye I bought in the UK, and I had a piece of 40 count cream Swigert. Yes, that's the plan. I will. So that's the fabric I dyed. Thank you at this point a million times to Ruth, who gave amazing tips for Rit dyeing. It's mottled and gray. It's not that modeled in real life. It's a little less in real life than it shows on camera, but that's fine. Oof. So that's my plan. Now that I'm looking at this, I think I might need to start this. What do you think? If anyone wants the conversion, please let me know, but I don't know how it will turn out yet. I might change some colors. I haven't even started yet. A little bit of spring. I feel like I took the colors and moved them from a little bit of spring to a little more of summer. Like a summer night. And I'm a little bit proud of. Now I know why it got dark. My lamp just shut off. Sorry if that was a dark spot there. I need to film in the morning again. It's just easier for me to do. But let's get back to plans. As I said, this might be one more new start in August. I think it has to be, right? But other than that, I know what I will be starting in September. A little bit of it I want to show you if you want to join. And now it's getting way light again. Can you see that? It's strange. I'm sorry. I need to. I really hope the lighting isn't too bad today. So at the big stitch, on the evening of the first day and on the second day, Mikal, the designer of Star Parade Designs, sat at our table and showed his work, and we fell in love with the Quaker and decided to do a stitch along. If you want to hear the whole story or about it, again, I'm shamelessly plugging my last video. Yeah, so the whole table, I think the whole, or almost the whole table, will be joining in on quack along. We're not doing a stitch along, it's a quack along. And we decided to do September 2nd because we were like, we need a day that has a connotation to ducks, but which ones? And then Kim, who was at our table, said that on Labor Day, which is September 2nd, in Cincinnati, there is a plastic duck race happening. So we were like, perfect. It's all the excuse we need, starting at September 2nd. And yeah, so I looked through my stash. At first, I thought about maybe doing it with silk here. But then I came across that fabric. This is 28 count even weave in navy by Swigert. And I still have this variegated, it's this like it's 6-ply cotton, like same as DMC, but it's from the Butinette brand, which is a craft shop in Austria and Germany and France, I think. And this is what it looks like. And I feel like I will be doing this 2/2, and I feel like this is the perfect combination for a quack along. So if you want to join us, please do. It will be so much fun. Let's quack along together. That was cheesy. Sorry. I have even more starts planned for the middle and end of September, but we will get to those in due time. I have a very special thing to announce first, though. So, sunflowers are my favorite flower. Also, on September 4th is my wedding anniversary, and sunflowers were my wedding flowers. They were in my bouquet, they were in the decorations. We have even had some sunflower decoration on our cake. And so I thought about stitching a sunflower piece and starting that on the wedding anniversary. And then I started looking at sunflower patterns and found a lot. One of them you saw already, or two of them. One of them is cinnamon stars, which has a little bit of sunflowers. This one has sunflowers. So I decided I'm going to host hashtag Sunflower September, and I really, really hope that you will be joining. There will be another video later on because I'm planning a little giveaway around that, and I will be posting all about that once I know more. For now, I just want to show you a few of the things I really want to start at the beginning of September. My problem is I have so much stuff planned for September. If I start all of this, nothing will get done. And yeah, so I want to make myself one of those project folders where I will like put in all the sunflower patterns I want to stitch and threads for it. And yeah, most of them use similar colors, so that would be easiest. And right now I'm thinking about only starting like two and then rotate once I finish one, start a new sunflower piece. Or should I start all like 10 of them? I like, no, that would be too much, right? So what I'm definitely planning to start in September at the beginning for hashtag Sunflower September is the new Patreon piece from Helleford from Liz Matthews. This is her piece that was released on the 15th of July, and you will be able to get this until the 15th of August. And that's also why I'm mentioning this now, because if you want to get this, it's only available for a little while longer. I saw this, especially that pillow. I want to stitch that pillow on a sunflower colory fabric. I know that these are not sunflowers per se, but they remind me of them. And first I wanted to do it on a 36 count because that's what I had, but I wanted a big pillow for my couch. And so I got some 20 count even weave that Liz did her pillow on. And yeah, I got it. And it was a very light yellow. It was more like this color here. So I overdyed it a little bit with orange, and it also got a little mottling now, not too much, just a little bit. And I think she stitches it with 3 strands of DMC over 2 threads, which would be like 10 count. I haven't tried the DMC yet. So, but I tried some cotton pellet in the size 5, which was way too thick, no chance. And now I tried 8 just to see. And I don't know if you can see. So this is 1 strand of the cotton pellet 8 over 2, and this is 2 strands. I'm not sure if I should also try the 3 strands of DMC. What would you do? Have you any suggestions? I also have sulky, but 2 strands of sulky looks awful. I've tried that already. So, and also, that's the fabric. I tried it with the color, what is it? Does it say? I think it says it's natural. And I also have a lighter one. What do you prefer? What would you do? And also, or DMC crew with free stands. Any recommendations would be great. Still like 3 weeks to go on that one. So that's definite. Also, there is from Tini, a girl who loves sunflowers. I mean, how perfect is that? I think this will maybe even be the one I start September 1st. Maybe. Haven't fully decided yet. And then I have one more lying around here. This is Sunflower Garden. We got this at Big Stitch. And it's from the Old Barn Stitchico. It looks like that. But that's also one I want to stitch. And as I said, the Blooming Tiny Down. And there are even more that I might. Are you interested in like a Flosstube extra? Hashtag Sunflower September. I'll show you all the sunflower patterns I can find and I like. Leave me down below if you would watch something like that. Or if I'm the only crazy sunflower person in the room. In the internet room. In that room. Yeah. I'm starting rambling. It's getting late, so yeah. So those are my stitchy plans. Before I will leave you to your stitching. Well, I hope you stitched while watching this or did some housework. I love to do housework while watching Flosstube. I also want to show you my knitting. I brought a knitting project to the Big Stitch or to my vacation, and I brought some sock knitting. I started with wooden bamboo TPNs and ended up with 10-inch circulars because my bamboo needles broke. Yeah, so. And I got so much knitting done on this because I was sick and I was in bed a lot watching the Olympics, also on the airplane, and that's where I am. Yeah, that sucks. So I measured today and I have 1/2 inch of knitting still left to do, and then I have to change over to Magic Loop to do the toe decreases and finish this up. So I could finish that sock on the weekend and then cast on the next one, but I have another stitcher project I want to start. But I love the variegation of that yarn, and also this was not planned, but the teal color is at the cuff, at the heel, and at the toes. How perfect! I guess the yarn is made that way, right? But it depends on how you start it. I used 10-inch circulars. I think it's basically the same thing as 9-inch circulars, just an inch longer. And in US 0 to millimeter because I'm a very loose knitter. You can see up there I started with US 1. It's quite loose, and then back here it's way better. And the heel, I did the heel with DPNs US 1, but that one, the heel flap is very dense, so I'm just a beginner knitter. And there are some mistakes in there, which is fine. I really like the gusset. That looks very neat, I have to say. So super happy with that. That's the ball of yarn I have left. I like it. I like it. I like it. And actually, today I ordered an yarn advent calendar with mini skeins. I have too much yarn for the amount of knitting I do, but yeah. So that's it. It's getting late and I want to get some stitching done today. Once you see this, it will probably be the weekend's live update for now. I think I will leave out for now because you heard most of it in my retreat vlog. Nothing much happened since then, except that I've been back to work for this week after vacation / sick leave. And yeah, I think that's really it for now. So thank you so much for watching. I hope the lighting situation wasn't too bad. I hope editing this will go smoothly. But that's not for you to worry about. Thank you so much, as I said, for being here, for listening to me talk. I would really love it if you would leave me a comment, tips, tricks, answering some questions I asked, just telling me what you stitch on, what your plans are, if you like sunflowers. What's your favorite sunflower pattern, if you have one, maybe? Also, I would really appreciate it if you haven't already. Please subscribe to my channel. It's free. It would mean a lot to me. Give a like to this video if you liked it. I don't say this in every video. I don't say this a lot, but it means the world to me if you do it. And yeah, it would push this video out to other stitchers and crafters so that they can find me too, and we can have conversations and meet new people in this community, which is always exciting. So I will finally stop rambling now, as I always do at the end of my videos. And I hope you have a fantastic day, morning, evening, night, whenever you watch this. I hope you get some stitching or crafting done, and I will see you very soon. Bye!